Welcome to South Florida. Yeah. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. The bottom of the clip, but the gunshine stay high. What them boys still voting in that way. Big play, get it for the 18 if you straight. Get K, stop hating, it's the motto of the state. A lot of face, but it's still real around here. That foreign talk, that can get you killed down here. Niggas better learn the lingo, cause they'll be looking for you in that water finding Nemo. See, Palm Beach County be the craziest. Them Broward County niggas be the craziest. And them Dade County niggas be the wildest. Shout out to Belle Glaze and my niggas at Fort Myers. Salute to all my Florida boys out here on the grind. When niggas out here getting dough with that snow and the sunshine. Ducking nine, waiting at the port to bring in that order. Cause niggas like the pen don't what come across that water. Welcome to South. I was born in the South, raised in the South.
Back out here. Season I got kicked off. We are 1-1.
Yo, what's going on? We ain't got no background, nothing up here, man. Let me put something back there, man. We're gonna put back there. We're gonna put back the Sleepy Floyd. We're gonna put back there.
We got this right here.
What's going on, man? Y'all filing here, man. Share it for us, man. Send us out there, man. Prediction show, Crib Talk tonight, man. Got my boy Maddie, Rich, Kyle. Late night. I just came from watching American Heritage, Malachi. American Heritage got like three 10-4 kids on their 10-4 kids on their team. They got 3 kids on their team ran 10-4 in the 100, dog, freshmen. Faster than Anthony Schwartz was as freshman. You know what I'm saying? They didn't throw Malachi the ball a lot tonight. I had to get out of there, man. They were putting their foot up in the car and giving me. Shoot, fool. So, man, y'all make sure y'all share, man. Let the people know what's going on, man. I'm gonna jump in here.
Hey, Street, somebody asked who song is this from the intro?
Huh?
They said who song is from the intro. They're trying to find the
That's our song. We own that.
We ain't got no answer for that. We don't have an answer for that. That's that guy made this song and then retired and started working at Walmart or something. So there's no answer for it. The song is not out there anymore. You hear it when it come on Footballville. Caneville, Footballville, whatever. I mean, yeah, dog, like his ex-homeboy made the song a long time ago. And it just was sitting. So X was like, man, let's use this. And when I heard it, I was like, man, that didn't really sound good. But when Twan put it with the video, it popped like, yeah. As a song, as we always used to play the beginning of the song because as the song went, as it goes, it gets worse and worse. And he started talking about niggas and dying and hanging people. It gets bad. You know what I'm saying? It gets bad. So that's why we always used to play the beginning. You know what I'm saying? It gets really hard, really harsh, hardcore Miami. He's not talking about what Will Smith was talking about at all.
Not Will Smith.
No, he's not talking about what Will Smith. No. Him and Will Smith talking about 2 different Miamis. But
that's funny as hell.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of people always ask about that song. But hey, you find it here. Like there's no way to go find it anywhere.
There is a way. Like, we just keep that to ourselves.
Somebody's studio.
But now, agenda tonight. We ain't got no game to watch. Canes 4-0. So we just gonna talk about everybody else in the ACC. I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ACC matchups this weekend.
Yeah,
I would argue and say the showcase of all those matchups would absolutely be Notre Dame at Duke. I can't believe I'm saying that out of my mouth myself, but welcome to college football in 2023.
Start with the one that's going on right now.
Oh, it's over now.
Well, it was going on. It was going on.
Yeah, man. I was. I don't know if I'm gonna have to cue that music, man, but it's early for a rant, but this is the point I was about to get to right here. See this? See the following statement? I am not impressed for the quote unquote easiest schedule in the ACC. I'm not sold, Louisville. Someone told me I'm supposed to be nervous about these guys. I'm not seeing it personally. Maybe one of y'all got a different take, but help me out. Help me know what I'm missing.
Nervous why?
Oh, Rich, you was muted. What you were saying?
Well, I said you're not missing nothing. For us, I think we still got hurdles we got to get over. Like we got over the big hurdle with Texas A&M during the first quarter of the season. We're going into the second quarter, and we gotta win games that we are supposed to win. So we won them against Group of 5 teams. Now we got to go into the ACC and dog walk teams that we're supposed to dog walk. If we could do that, that's that next hurdle where you could be like, okay, Miami is taking their rightful place. So we see how trash. And I was watching some of these just highlights of certain teams like Syracuse, which is 4-0 right now. I'm like, how are they 4-0? And I'm looking at who they were playing, and I'm like, Army, like they not playing no defense. Literally, the holes that they were running through, you're like, come on now. So we'll see. So when we get on the field against a lot of these opponents, we should do our thing. Another hurdle.
Why did somebody? Who was that asking for Big Groove? Y'all think all the black YouTubers hang out together or something? Y'all confused? That was the first question on the show. Where y'all get that from?
What you think?
Anyway, I mean it's early. I'm not gonna celebrate nobody's 4-0. Not gonna downplay nobody's 4-0. It's early for everybody. Nobody's gotten to the thick of their schedule yet, so we'll see what these teams are made of. Louisville, whatever. Like I wasn't thinking about them in the first place, but I'd like for them to stay undefeated till we play them. That Notre Dame and Duke. We're gonna see if Duke is for real. Like if Duke is something different, that'd be interesting.
Hold on, we gonna get there. Yeah, we gonna break it down game by game. I just want to touch
no,
on this one.
I was just generally saying.
Yeah. I just want to touch on this game right now because I have a very hard time believing that. I'll give y'all them stats so y'all can help. Maybe y'all see something that I don't. Right? They've been ranting and raving about Jake Plummer. Let's see Jake Plummer's season stats prior to this game. I don't know if they adjusted for this game. I think they did. Season stats: 1,120 yards, 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. If they counted his game tonight, he threw 2 picks tonight alone. He was 21 for 35, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Their best running back had 16 carries for 32 yards. What was that, 2 yards a carry on a dot? Their best receiver had 3 receptions for 85 yards and a touchdown. Guess who their best receiver was?
What that?
My dog Wiggins.
Wiggins still in college?
Hell no, I'm kidding. Ain't no damn Wiggins. You crazy?
Oh,
absolutely not.
Man, listen, Corey Gaines still in college. It could have been.
I was about to say Gilbert Firestone.
Where the hell C Bell is? He had 3 catches.
Somebody said something about Wiggins being at Cincinnati or something. Is he still playing football?
Look it up.
Man, that's crazy. I ain't crazy, but I mean, more power to him.
I think he's still over there.
That's what's up.
You thought he went somewhere?
I thought he was done. I thought he was done. I thought he was done. They had him graduated and stuff.
Pope still playing?
Yeah, Pope at UMass, but they are
terrible. What was Wiggins' first name?
D.
But Pope missed the season. I don't think Wiggins ain't missed no seasons. So I thought he was done. I thought he was gone.
He might be. I thought I saw him this year though.
Let's see.
He not on
They said Wiggins. Somebody say he at Cincinnati.
Oh, he finna play right now then. Tee it up.
Oh yeah, sure enough.
Yeah, I'm watching that game right now. Playing BYU.
Wow, I wonder if he started.
Why does Xavier Henderson sound familiar? XZ8. That's
Florida. That's a Florida. Was
that
that
what
Florida
it is?
receiver?
And from Columbus, yeah. What's the name? Henderson brother, little brother.
Oh yeah, he the leading receiver for Cincinnati. He got 340 yards, a touchdown, and 23 catches.
Hmm. Is that plumber you talk about? Is that Jake's son?
I think they said that. I think they called him Little. I heard him call him Little Snake.
Oh, that's what's up. Oh man, dang, that's crazy.
Yep.
The dude that used to play for Denver, right?
Yeah, Jake Plummer. Jake was live. He retired. He played handball or something. Jake was live. Arizona, Denver. Jake the Snake Plummer.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna break down this, but just for the record, like obviously we can't predict that game. That game's over. But 13-10 win over North Carolina. Louisville Cardinals win a game on the road. Not really sure how. That makes them 5-0 for the season, 3-0 in conference play. Is that their lowest? That's their lowest scoring output of the year on offense. They scored 39 on Georgia Tech, 56 on Murray State, 21 on Indiana, 56 on Boston College. They scored 13 points tonight. I think what it was, I think people saw how Florida State struggled against Boston College and then how easily dispatched Boston College the week after. And so people took it as maybe they probably saw that and said, hey, they might be worth something watching. But watching them struggle against Brendan Armstrong is insane. But let's get into it. That game's over. Thank God. That was a less than impressive game. Clemson, Syracuse. What we got, fellas?
Go ahead, Rich. You take it. That's your alma mater.
Yeah,
That's why I should have started. You're right.
I saw something about Dabo saying the team is upset. They mad. They fired up or something like that. You know how Dabo is. And so.
No, you know how Dabo is. He said that like you got a relationship with Dabo. We don't know Dabo.
We don't fuck with Dabo like that. Ever since COVID, yeah, Black Lives Matter, Dabo.
Hey, Street Rich said, you know how my boy is, man. You know how he is.
Yeah. Like we used to be in the lunchroom with Dabo. That was just you, Rich. He probably was talking like him and all. Hey, Rich, what's going on? Rich coming to the game this weekend? Yeah, Dabo, I'll be on out. Got some dip. You gonna come back to Miami trying to act like that? Man, what was that doing, dog? That's how you should be talking up there, Rich. Got some dip, Dabo. Give me some of that Copenhagen, Dabo.
You know
that Copenhagen, that's crazy.
Oh Lord.
Long cut or short cut.
You just took me back, man. You just took me back. I remember I was supposed to stay in the dorm with this country white kid, and I come in the dorm and I see a 6-pack of Coca-Cola on the ground. It's like right in the middle of the dorm, and I'm like, bruh, you bought Coca-Cola and you gonna leave it right there for like 2 days? 'Cause it was there for 2 days, and he was like, oh yeah, man, that's not Coca-Cola. And yeah, man, this dude was spitting in bottles and leaving them there in that motherfucker for like 2 days. I was like,
let me make something clear, because I almost went on a rant. I had a homeboy who did that once, and I was sitting in training with him, and I thought I literally bought a Coke from the vending machine, and he was sitting there all day, and I picked that shit up and I almost drank it. When I tell you, I almost caught a murder charge that day. When I tell you I should not be here today talking to you on this screen, because I should be behind bars, I probably would have been up there with Streeter, dapping him up from behind the cells. I was about.
Oh my God.
oh man, yeah.
The thing that saved is when I opened it. When I opened it, it didn't. And then as I raised, I was like, but I was like that close.
Wait, it was closed.
It was closed.
Yeah. They closed it back up and leave it right there.
He want to kick it, and so I was sitting behind him. I put it on the seat next, and I didn't even notice it was down there. And when I went to, I just grabbed a bottle, like I didn't even think about it. I opened it up and I went and I said, "Oh," and it was like, man,
Bro, anyway, go ahead, Rich. I'm sorry.
Nah, man. Like a week later, he was like, "Oh, I'm rushing." I was like, "What you doing?" "Oh, I'm rushing for this fraternity, some white fraternity." And he got in the fraternity and was out of there. So that helped. That worked out.
Worked out for you.
Yes, it did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was next to I had some anyway, I ain't going into that.
Nah. So how Dabo rallying the troops, Rich? What y'all phone call was like? I don't hear it.
Tell us about
Man,
the booster call, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, alumni call.
very simply, Clemson is more talented up and down than Syracuse, but Syracuse is kind of on their own journey too. Like they're 4-0 coming into this
Boy,
game.
4-0, huh?
Yeah. But I was watching some of the teams that Syracuse played, and they're 4-0 because those teams weren't really playing defense.
Yo,
So
yeah.
this is a whole different animal for Syracuse. But I think it's going to be a close game where we're going to be talking like 28-17, something like that, because Clemson's offense
Really?
is terrible. Yeah.
Wow.
Clemson don't have no offense. So they got hella defense, but they don't have no offense.
The line, if I'm not mistaken, is over under 56, which I don't know where the fuck they gonna find 56 points combined from. But
I don't know. I thought they found their way against Florida State, personally.
and even then
Clemson?
they only scored
Yeah.
24.
Yeah, they scored 24 points.
Yeah. Yeah. You got me there.
Yeah, and
I
that was the
just
best they
watching
looked.
it. Yeah, just watching, they looked like okay, things were crisp, and then things started picking up, and it looked like a better Clemson. But I guess when you put it all together and say they only scored 20 something points, guess it wasn't that damn good.
Here's another shocker, JB. They haven't scored over 30 on any Power 5 opponent this season. They only scored 28 versus Duke in a loss. No, as a matter of fact,
Syracuse?
they only scored 7.
Clemson?
Yeah,
Clemson.
they got beat
Clemson.
28-7, and they scored 24 against Florida State. So they haven't scored over 25 points against any D1 opponent. Or Power 5 opponent, excuse me. They
missed a 30-yard field goal to win the game against
Yeah,
Florida
that
State.
was tough. That was tough. I was watching that. I was like, come on. It just I wanted them to beat Florida State.
And so yeah. I think the over-under is, if I'm not mistaken, 56 points. And Clemson is only a 7-point favorite. Mind you,
Wow.
they lost this game last year at home.
Who that?
Clemson lost to Syracuse at home last year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did they? Oh.
And I'm pretty sure it was bad. Now they're playing at Syracuse. They always got a history of struggling against this team for some reason.
They do.
Bro, if they lose 3 games this early, boy, that might be over with, man.
Yeah, Dabo might get fired.
Maybe he might
If
quit.
they lose to Syracuse, yeah, he
I think
might
You
quit or
think
get
so?
fired. Yeah.
I think he'll leave before he get fired.
ESPN in a suit and tie, counting that buyout money.
Yeah, waiting on that Bama job. I don't. The reason I say I don't think he'll get fired because it's kind of like, what is Clemson without Dabo? Like if they don't got that full of themselves, the way they'll fire Dabo. I'm not saying it would be a good or bad move, but it's just hard to set that kind of precedent. Like you got, oh, he's not meeting the standards at Clemson, bro. Wait, hold on, y'all just developed high standards. Like y'all gotta chill now. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. That'll be a good.
In this age of show me rather than tell me and instant gratification, you know what I'm saying? You get 1 year of success, and then you, after, I don't know, 4 years of having a under 500 record, and then you think like, oh, we the world beaters, we supposed to be ACC, if you catch my drift, you can see how a lot of times if you start winning successful, even with Canes fans, we 4-0, we supposed to beat this person and this person. Like, while I feel confident about that, hey, things happen, right? People show up, the moment gets too big, piss down their leg, it happens. It's a fair point from Cage Raw. He says, look who they played. They played Colgate, not the toothpaste. Beat them 65-7 to Syracuse. They beat Western Michigan 48-7, Purdue 35-20, and Army 29-16. So this would be, I ain't gonna lie, they got a murderer's row in the next three. They got Clemson at home, at North Carolina, at Florida State, at Virginia Tech.
All losses.
You think so?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so they 4-0.
Wait, say it again. Say it again. Read it again.
They got Clemson this weekend at home, at North Carolina, at Florida State, at Virginia Tech.
It might beat Tech.
Yeah, they'll beat Tech.
Might be Tech.
And depending on how these 3 games before that, because them boys might come in there beat up after that one.
That's true. That's true. God.
We was talking about this offline, man. He said Tyler got to beat Armstrong. He owes him for the 21 game.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, because Tyler was out for that game. Because was it Jake started last year? Or was it Curry?
Yeah,
Jake started.
Did Jake finish or did he start?
He finished because he scored the game-winning touchdown. I guess it's technically a 2-point conversion in overtime.
Yeah.
He just ran it himself because his throws were so bad.
Oh, you talking about last year? Who was Armstrong there last year?
Virginia,
so.
yeah. He transferred this year to North Carolina State.
That's what this year. Okay.
Clemson must have lost 2 years ago, but I know they lost recently to Syracuse.
They always have a hard time up there. Historically, if you go back the past 8-10 years, they do. Not the past 2 or 3. They've been handling business.
So we saying that the Fighting Dinos don't put the nail in the coffin for Dabo if they win on Saturday.
If Clemson wins, yes.
No, if
He's gonna
Syracuse
do
wins,
something. Yeah, he's saying Syracuse win.
Is Dabo done?
So I don't. I gotta answer this question 2 ways. I don't think Dabo's gonna step aside when he sees that Bama job coming open. So it may be a year before it comes open. He may wait till it comes open. They may have conversation. Nick might say, "Hey, go. This is probably gonna be my last run." So then he might step down, go do some little ESPN work, and then just pull a Urban Meyer. But when I say nail in the coffin for Clemson, I mean them as a program. Not that they'll never be anything again, but I've been saying this for 2 years, especially when they lost Venerables and they lost the other coordinator. I say Clemson is going to be a slippery slope for them. I said if Clemson starts losing, it's going to be hard for them to get back on track because they don't have a recruiting base. You have no reason to go to Clemson outside of them being a playoff contender and a dominant team. Once that drops, you got Dabo acting like he don't want to spend money, acting like he don't want transfers, acting real funny. What reason am I going to Clemson? You know what I'm saying? It's I give me a snow bunny anywhere. Colorado got probably better looking snow bunnies. I don't have a reason to go to Clemson anymore. So it's gonna be a fast ride down if you ask me.
KB, you ain't never heard of Bowman Beach?
I've never heard of Bowman Beach, but I've heard of Aspen, Colorado. I gotta, I'm just saying.
Man,
Hey, shout out to
you gotta go out to Clemson.
Shout out to Hurricane Poop, but I'm not even putting that comment on screen, dog. Anyway, so who you got win that game, KB? Well, first
I'm gonna roll with. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Who'd you say, Rich? Clemson?
Oh, Clemson, yeah.
Okay. That's
28-17.
What you got, KB?
I'm gonna go with Clemson, and I'm gonna ride that same score, 28-17. What about you, Betty?
I'm gonna go the Fighting Dinos. 24-21.
Miss last second field goal.
It's not something they foreign to.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear the story about the kicker?
Yeah,
no.
yeah. I wanted Hollywood in there.
Yeah, Buddy 36 or some shit, and he he was a walk-on for like a bunch of years, and something happened to their starting kicker. And so Dabo called him from like he's about to be like working on the New York Stock Exchange or some shit. Dabo called him like, "Hey man, we need you, dog. We out here struggling." And Buddy left the job to come back and be a kicker to blow it and lose to Florida State. So shout out to him.
Well, he was actually still on. He was still. I think he was still in school.
Yeah, he was on
he was
online classes.
Yeah, he was. Oh, it was online. Wow, he
Yeah,
was.
he
He
was
was
on
the
online classes.
backup.
He left. He was not at Clemson. He was like
Yeah,
in New
I
York.
didn't even know that. Wow.
Yeah.
'Cause I remember him saying he was still in school, but I know he was the backup, and he was like, "Right, I ain't gonna never play," so he left.
Mm-hmm.
So then, the kicker's having problems. Woo, woo, woo. He said his son was like, "Dad, such and such is still on, it's still on scholarship. It's still whatever." Woo, woo, woo. So they called him and he came. He had a damn good game up until that last kick. I was like, man, I did not know he was an online student.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I thought he was just
Online
walking around
classes.
campus and shit.
He's finishing his graduate degree
Wow,
online.
that's cool though. I would like for him to have a good season though, just because I like good stories and stuff, man. That's crazy.
I just need him to beat Florida State. That's all I care about, man. I don't understand all this root
That
for our
too.
opponents. Fuck that. I want to see every one of these dudes lose. I want them coming in as wounded animals, and then we just drain the blood from them. That's it. I don't care about none of that. Anywho, so yeah, we got our agreement for that. Virginia at Boston College. Man, take a while. Take a while. Guess what network this is on?
The CW.
Absolutely.
Ah,
This trash can bowl. Like nobody's watching this garbage.
they could put that on PBS for viewers like you.
They just might. But, man, that is I at this point I feel bad. I legitimately do. I feel terrible for Virginia as a program. And mind you, I used to hate Virginia because I didn't forget about that tiki torch shit, and we will not be replaced.
Hmm.
I didn't forget Charlottesville. Yeah, I remember. But man, when those guys got shot last year, I think that I don't understand. I don't understand how a dude sees that and ends up going back to the school to play. I don't.
Not to get too deep, but sometimes you have trauma bonds, and sometimes that's a place where you want to go to see if things are gonna be okay again. You
Yeah.
can't. You connect with everybody that's there, so it's kind of like I can't leave my people. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm with you, Maddie. I probably would have never came back myself.
Yeah, that's me. But I'll go first this time. I'm gonna be honest with you. This game's gonna be a stinker. It's gonna be a stinker, or the one team gonna blow out the other team. I give the advantage of Boston College just because I like their quarterback. I actually seen now mind you, Boston College is a 1-3 team. They lost 27-24 to Northern Illinois. They beat Holy Cross 31-28. For the next week for them to barely lose to Florida State 31-29, and then they get power driven by Louisville 56-28. So this is a team that has zero identity. They are not trending anywhere remotely close to good. They're just I got this like a low scoring single point. What's the spread for this actually?
Oh man,
Virginia.
that was an awful matchup.
There's a combined 1 win between these two teams. These two teams are combined 1-7.
Oh goodness.
Neither one can pass for over 200, and neither one can pass over 300 yards average. Boston College averages 158 on the ground. Virginia averages 79 on the ground. They've each allowed equally 418 to 416 yards. They can't stop the run. They're okay against the pass, but they can't stop the run to save their lives. It's Boston College is a 3.5 point favorite, and the over under is 52.5. Where are you getting this from? Where are you getting these numbers from, Vegas? Where is either of these teams going to score 20 something points?
maybe two bad teams can make a good game. Then one of them gonna play defense. I don't know.
Maybe. But on the
Uh-uh.
season, the guy from Boston College, Thomas Castellanos, he's 67 for 117, 909 yards, 8 touchdowns, two interceptions. But yeah, I got this game being an absolute stinker. I don't know if I want to predict the score, but I'm gonna call it something like 14-10. This might be worse than that Jake Garcia game from last year.
Mm.
It might take one of those last minute, but this game's gonna be terrible. Do y'all even want to predict this game?
Not really. We don't gave them too much time already. I got the home team by 3, and I don't even know who playing at home. I got the home team by 3.
That's Virginia. So all right, you got Virginia winning by 3. Gotcha. No, it's Boston. Boston College is at home, so we got Boston College winning by 3. Ah man, this next one, Chris Young touched on it. So dead last against the run out of Power 5 schools. So we got Bowling Green at Georgia Tech. Also probably a stinker.
What is Georgia Tech's record?
Georgia Tech is 2-2. They're 5th in the ACC. But as Chris so eloquently pointed out, they're dead last against the run in Power 5 schools. They can't stop anybody. On offense, they got Haynes King, 1,132 yards. Name might be familiar. He was at Texas A&M. I actually watched some of their stuff. Their most recent game against Wake Forest. They ended up beating Wake Forest. But it was Wake Forest's defense that carried them because, they left a lot to be desired. They beat them 30-16. Wake Forest QB had 1 touchdown, 3 picks. So safe to say they are a long way away from the days of that guy that went to Notre Dame. So Sam Hartman.
They got some names over there though, bro. Eric Singleton, 14 receptions, 250 yards, 4 touchdowns. But they also got Malik Rutherford from Miami, played for Gwen Cherry, and they got Christian Leary. Christian Leary
Leary played for Bowling Green or
he played with Georgia Tech.
Tech.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was gonna go back to UCF.
Mm-hmm.
Canes Football Talk said, "How do I join Canes Football Talk?" And that boy typed in all caps too. How do I become a member? We do not have membership set up on this channel yet.
Yeah, that should be coming like this week.
Soon to come. Once they do, we will put that option out there for the villains to come on this side. So we just right now working on what the classes are gonna be. Not classes, but the levels are gonna be. More to come. Appreciate you putting that comment, especially in all caps. For now, y'all can support us by hitting the like button, hitting that subscribe button, commenting, the whole 9.
But they got some little some smaller shifty wide receivers. Malik Rutherford got 16 catches. Christian Leary got 11. They don't have 400 yards combined between each other, but I don't know. Maybe Haynes King struggling over there. You know what I'm saying?
He doing all right. He got 11 to 2 touchdown ratio. Threw for over 1,100 already.
Yeah.
He's a runner, right? He can run.
He
got 148 rushing yards. Average 4 yards a carry.
They lost to that same terrible Louisville team who couldn't score 2 touchdowns today. They lost to them 39-34 week 1. They beat South Carolina State, lost to Ole Miss, dragging our SEC versus ACC record down. And then they beat Wake Forest. So it's a very up and down team. They got Bowling Green. It should be a fairly simple game for them. And then they are at Miami. So
that's the blackout game?
That is the blackout game.
Mm. What's Bowling Green's record?
Bowling Green is terrible. They are 1-3.
Okay.
They have lost to Ohio 38-7, Michigan 31-6. I don't know what school this is. EIU?
EIU?
Yeah. What is this? Eastern Illinois Panthers. God damn.
Oh, okay.
They play in the Big South Conference. Illinois ain't in the South. And they lost to Liberty 34-24.
Liberty's actually, well, I guess it don't matter. It's Bowling Green. Hasn't Liberty been good like the last 2 years? Am I wrong?
Huh,
I think I'm
What'd
thinking
you
of
say?
somebody else. I think no, never mind. Never, don't
said both?
even worry about it. It's not important. Hey, look, Stick Ross says 85 people watching. We only got 29 likes. Come on, man, y'all pick that up, please.
It must be
So we can stay in
we're
there.
talking Canes content. We'll get to that.
We gonna talk Canes content. We'll get that. Y'all gonna hit that. Look, they in here watching, so you might as well hit the like button while you're here. Only a hater wouldn't hit the like button. It's free. Y'all hit the like button.
Facts.
Keep us in the algorithm. Keep us going. We got any more matchups besides who? We got any good games? Screw all that.
I think Duke
Any good ACC games?
Duke and Notre Dame, I think, was the last one. Let me check. Oh, we got two more. Notre Dame at Duke. Should be a fairly good matchup.
It's gonna be interesting. I don't. Yeah, we got to see if Duke is actually for real. Like if they are actually a decent team. That's gonna be interesting to see, to say the least.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, just because they in our schedule, I'm rooting for Duke. I want them to be. I watched them beat Clemson. I was here for it. Beat Notre Dame. I'm here for that too. Beat Florida State in 2 weeks. I want all that. Beat North Carolina too. Let's get it.
You say you root for Duke?
Hell yeah. The fighting our blades. Because they got all.
Why?
Because I want them to soften up all them bullshit ass opponents we got later on in the season.
Yeah.
Duke had a close game other than Clemson?
No.
No?
They didn't, that game wasn't close. They beat them 28-7. Duke ain't allowed more. Duke hasn't allowed more.
28-7.
Yeah, Duke hasn't
watched
allowed
that game. That game was closer than looking the score.
No,
Yeah, it did at the end. They did. They kept that game around.
Yeah. At the goal line, remember?
They have not allowed more
going
14
for
points
it.
this season.
Say it again.
Who have they played anyway?
They haven't allowed more than 14 points this season. Shout out to Alan V in the chat. They beat Clemson at home, Lafayette, Northwestern.
Oh shit, they ain't played nobody either.
And UConn. Ooh, that Clemson 28-7 do look crazy.
Mike Elko, one thing Mike Elko gonna do is gonna coach defense. Someone asked how Blaze doing at Duke. I don't think he started.
He played a good game against Clemson.
I think he had a breakup at the end, but he don't start. He a depth guy.
He was in that game. He was in that game because
I'm saying, okay, he's in the game. He don't start. He's a depth guy.
Somebody else is over there.
I saw him in there. I saw him in there a lot though.
Yeah, he got a lot of plays.
Somebody,
he got snaps, but
who else is over there? Somebody else over there besides Blade. I know they got like two or three of our coaches. If they're still there.
They got the strength conditioning coach. What was his name? David Feely? They got Coach Feely. They got the line coach. No.
They got wait, didn't the D-line coach did he go back over there or he went back to the NFL?
The D-line coach left. Yep. He went back to Duke.
And then they got Aristide.
Yep. Coaching running backs, I'm pretty sure.
Running backs.
Something like that.
Maybe linebackers or something.
Blaze got 9 tackles and 2 pass deflections.
All-American.
Yeah, I think Aristide doing the linebackers because he was our strikers coach. I think that's what he had.
That
So
boy beat Clemson before we did.
Diddy or Riley Leonard? Here's what I'm around with Duke. I was at that game against Duke last year. Embarrassed his shit in the stands. But I said, man, he building something over there. Nine wins later, he ends up being ACC Coach of the Year. And that just built momentum. We taking 8 scraps. Because that
You did say that last year. I remember that. Yeah. You can see what he building, but you can't see what Dion building.
Nope.
You called Mike Elko. You did. You really did. But damn, you can't see what Dion building. You got them Dion blinders on, huh?
Look, I'll never forget Mike Elko talking about, they can have the chain, we got the ring. I'll never forget that when he was defensive coordinator at Notre Dame. And then we proceeded to whoop the monkey ass all over the field. I loved it. But I said, man, Mike Elko, Mike Elko's one of those guys who, unlike Brett Venables, I think Brett Venables is he's working off the success of Lincoln Riley still. Mike Elko's one of those guys who needed his own program, and he like Dion, I'll give him that. He found the right place that he can be successful without having too high of expectations. He can absolutely be quiet and be a quiet professional at Duke and be successful. But that's just me. So, predicting this game, that's actually gonna be. I might actually have to tune in and watch that shit because they got college game day coming in out there for the first time ever for football, not basketball. Sam Hartman is gonna be on one because he basically won that Notre Dame game, and then Al Golden stupid ass messed it up, having 10 guys on the field, 2 plays in a row. I ain't gonna lie to you. Al Golden had to see me in the parking lot, coach or not. We were right on that Jamil Burrows shit because ain't no way.
Al screwed himself. He could have been on the fast track to go back to being a head coach again.
He could have been. Well, it is what it is. Someone said Elko leaving to another team. It's possible. I think he has another good season there. I think it's definitely possible.
It's got to be hard to work at Duke, bro. You got to find enough football players to come in and meet their academic standards. That's got to be tough.
Oh yeah, for sure. Or you could just load them like Dion did. There's always that.
Yeah, you could, but Duke ain't finna do that. Duke ain't. No, not Duke.
Nah, that makes sense. Who got win this game? Notre Dame versus Duke.
Notre Dame lost a close one last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had Duke, right?
At Duke.
Yeah. F4 is supposed to be talking to Leonard tomorrow.
The quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He like that to be getting deals and shit.
I think he projected, really high. Mm-hmm. Really high.
Have y'all looked at his stats?
We're only poaching guys that are projected high.
You know, Riley Leonard played 4 games, only threw 2 touchdowns, right?
Bro, what was AR? I was gonna say, what was AR-15 stats last year, Matty? That's how you gotta start thinking. That's what you gotta think about.
Yeah.
It's a new day.
Let's see what he projected.
They trying to Daniel Jones his ass, huh? Well, we'll see how that works.
It's a new day, brother. New day.
Yeah. AR-15 definitely didn't live up to his hype.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what they got him projected. I don't know. They're not talking any. They're only talking to guys that are high.
He been there 3 years. He was terrible. He wasn't bad. He was just he got in on garbage time. 37 for 62, 59% completion rate, 381 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Last year, was probably his coming out party. 250 for 391, 63% completion rate, 2,967 yards, 20 touchdowns, 6 picks, 81-yard long. I got a weird from that probably happening against Miami. This year, 67 for 99, 778 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. They got him what?
5th quarterback coming off the board behind Drake May. This one list right here has him as the 5th quarterback coming off the board behind Drake May.
5
And they have
quarterbacks
Shador in there. I don't think Shador coming out this year. What y'all think?
No, he's not.
Nah, if his daddy say he's not, he's not.
Yeah, Shador's
not with that line. He gonna
when did Bo Nix become good?
This year?
Huh?
No.
This year, right?
When did Bo Nix become a guy?
He was solid. He was solid last year. He just looked like everybody just remembered him getting his ass whooped by Georgia last year in that game 1. But he had a solid rest of the season. But because Dan Lang had just came from Georgia, Bo Nix looked like shit, and then they ended up like not really talking about him. But he's been decent. He's been decent since his last year at Auburn.
I think Notre Dame give them their first loss tomorrow. Notre Dame was going to stand in the paint with Ohio State last week, bro. And Duke, I don't know. I don't think Duke. I think Duke is decent. I don't think they're
Notre Dame good.
Yeah, I don't think so. They got to prove it to me. That Clemson game was. You got to watch that game. You got to go watch that game in order to understand that game.
I did.
You watched it? Yeah. No, well, Clemson went up and down the field, and the quarterback just wasn't ready.
Going 4 on 4th and doing stupid stuff. Stupid.
I think the reigning Brewers winner has a lot to be desired. I think the reigning Brewers.
So I think Notre Dame give them their first loss, just even at home. They got to prove it to me, bro.
Yeah.
If they pull this off, boy, man, that Duke train, what do they rank right now? They're ahead of Miami, I think, by a couple of spots.
We could meet them in the championship, right?
Possibly.
Yeah, we don't play them this year. We don't have we don't have whatchamacallits anymore.
There's no more divisions. Yep.
Right.
And no more divisions, so we can play anybody. So we play Florida State twice.
The current ACC standings right now: Louisville, Florida State, Duke, North Carolina State. Oh, this is wrong. You can't be right. Oh, yeah.
We don't have any games.
It's conference standing. Yeah, that's why we have no games.
Yeah.
So Louisville, Florida State, Duke, North Carolina State, Georgia Tech, then Miami. Because, we haven't played any conference games yet. So Louisville's 3-0 in the conference as of tonight. Florida State's 2-0. Duke's 1-0. North Carolina's 1-0. North Carolina State's 1-1, and Georgia Tech is 1-1. I think Duke is well coached. I would give Mike Elko that. I think he's in the right spot as a head coach at that school, and he's getting the best out of them guys, and I think that's commendable. I'm gonna edge Notre Dame because I think Sam Hartman is playing way too well right now. I really do.
I think playing too well.
Yeah, I think he was way better than that fucking Ohio State quarterback. What's that guy's name? Kyle Trainer?
Cloud. Who was that? No, who? Whose quarterback is Cloud or McLeod? Is that Clemson or Ohio State?
No, it's not Clemson. They got a.
Oh yeah, they got what's his name? Club Nick, whatever. I was gonna call him Kabinski, whatever. Yeah, I think Cloud or McLeod or something is in that Ohio State's quarterback or something. He sucks, whatever his name is.
He made a great throw on 3rd and 18. Though his receiving core is elite, man. Not I wouldn't say elite. I would say Egbuka, whatever the fuck his name is elite, man. That dude, McCord, that's his name. That dude.
What is it? McCord. Okay.
Someone said McLeod.
I thought it was McLeod too. It's one of those, McLeod or McLeod.
I'm pretty sure it's McLeod.
Fuck him. He's not good.
But man, he made a throw on 3rd and 18 that definitely helped him win that game. And then Al Golden fumbled the bag, man. Someone asked me actually in my house.
Terrible.
We'll come to that one later. So I got North Carolina edging it. Street got North Carolina. Who you got, KB?
Wait, I don't slip. What was the what was the matchup again?
Notre Dame at Duke.
Notre Dame and Duke. Yeah, I got Notre Dame on that one. And I don't think it's gonna be. I think they're gonna fight them for a while. I don't think it's gonna be a close. I don't think it's gonna be a close ending.
That team will go as far as Riley Leonard go, the alleged fifth quarterback off the board, which is insane to me.
I think now that they are okay with accepting athleticism at the quarterback position, maybe you're going to see a lot more gambles on quarterbacks now. I mean, you saw the first one with AR-15, but it was the same thing. You see like a Josh Allen, and no longer is it strong jaw, accurate. This little athleticism they're being let in. So they always talk about you hear them talk about Riley all the time. Oh, he was a two-sport athlete and blah 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 blah. So
highlights,
man,
dunking, all this shit. Like,
yeah.
I think he gets the benefit of the doubt. I think Street talked about it already. I ain't gonna get into that again. Complexion for the protection. Anyway, last game, and I don't think it's that important. Pittsburgh, Virginia Tech. I'm not gonna get into that. I got Pittsburgh edging that out. Not even edging. I think
get into that.
Nah, I got Pittsburgh beating Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech is horrible. They don't stand a chance. Ironically, though, Pittsburgh is 1-3.
Wow.
Who saw that shit coming?
Wow.
They beat Wofford, lost to Cincinnati. Who didn't Miami beat Cincinnati?
You mean Temple? Oh, Miami, Ohio. Who was it?
No, Miami, Ohio.
Miami, Ohio. Miami, Ohio. Yeah. Yeah, it was them.
They lost to them 27-21. They lost to West Virginia 17-6. They lost to North Carolina 41-24. So them boys on a 3-game losing streak. But they will turn the light back on against Virginia Tech because Virginia Tech is horrible.
Where's that corner? What's his name? He's at Virginia Tech or West Virginia?
Which one?
The corner we were trying to get 2 years ago. What is his name? Oh, God damn it.
Daryl Porter?
No.
Because he made it to Miami.
The one we were trying to get. No. The one we were trying to get, we thought we was getting him. He ended up at one of them Virginia schools.
Well,
what's my boy name? Streeter went to Heritage, I think.
Who? From where?
What's the corner? No, not Daryl Porter, bro. Is his name? Was it Spells or what was his name?
Oh, Jacoby Spells
with the West Virginia.
Jacoby Spells, yeah. How's he doing out there? Anybody? No.
He playing decent. He played as a freshman. I think he had a pick six or a couple interceptions or something like
that. That's what's up. Just popped in my head when we talking about the Virginia schools. Are there any big college games going on besides? I mean, clearly the ACC games suck. Are there any big college games this weekend? Yeah.
We have obviously USC, Colorado, Georgia, Auburn.
I like counting that as a big game.
Largest rivalry or oldest rivalry in the South. People are apparently talking about Kansas and Texas.
Kansas and Texas?
Yeah.
Kansas State?
No, Kansas, number 24, Kansas University. I want to call him the Fighting Les Miles, but I don't know if he's still there. Les Miles still in this bitch?
The Fighting what?
The Fighting Les Miles is. Kansas is undefeated.
I think you got, oh boy, Oregon State jumping to Utah behind, huh?
Yeah, I think they have 14-0.
DJ Uga Badoogie. Y'all should have kept him, Rich. DJ Uga Badoogie.
Where did Jalen Daniels play at? Arizona, right?
Want to stay.
LSU, Arizona State, Georgia and Auburn tomorrow. Number one, well, Auburn 3-1, but they're not ranked. We got Ole Miss, LSU.
Yeah, because they got kicked to sleep by Texas A&M. Them boys can't pass for over 50 yards a game. That's not a punchline. That's real facts. We got LSU, Ole Miss.
That's gonna be a good game. I got Ole Miss, but that should be a good game.
You got Ole Miss?
Arizona, Washington.
Yeah, I got Ole Miss. I'm not a believer in
I don't know.
what's the coach.
Dating day. Oh, Brian Kelly.
Brian
Uh,
Hartline.
I'm not believing,
Brian
and I'm
Kelly.
not that, and I'm really not that thrilled with Daniels. Like watching him against Florida State, I'm not really a big
Bro,
fan of his.
Daniels got 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns, boy.
I don't care.
Been
I'm
going
not a
off ever
fan. I
since
got
that game.
I'll see. Well, I'll see tomorrow. But I got Ole
2
Miss.
interceptions.
I
Yeah,
ain't
he
gonna
been
lie,
going off ever since that
his
game.
defense is ass. And I asked this in the chat. Y'all ain't want to answer me, so now I'm actually on camera. LSU defense is dog water. I'm asking the chat too. If they see Louisiana boy Lance Guidry coaching his defense to an elite status, does Brian Kelly entice his ass to come home?
I
I don't think
mean,
he
if,
comes home for that.
What'd you say?
yeah, I think
I don't think he comes home for just a coordinator job. I think for what he's gone through, he's like, man, please let me get the keys. If I can't get the keys, I ain't coming. That's what I'm thinking.
What you think, KB?
Yeah, I
I
think Miami gave
feel
him
the
a shot.
same.
Go ahead, KB.
Oh no, I feel the same basically. I don't think that's gonna be enticing enough. Now if they give him some money that Miami ain't finna match, yeah. But other than that, I don't think that's enticing enough.
Go ahead, Street.
I think Miami gave him a shot, man, after a long time of him trying to kick the door in. I don't think I don't think he's in a rush to get out of here, but I think he's had the potential to get a head coaching job, bro. Like I think I think his name's going to start ringing bells real fast.
After 1 year?
Yeah, bro. After sitting talking to Cam the other day about what he sees, and I shared it with you guys. Like, yeah, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Sound like he's the real deal. Oogla bagooga. Whatever y'all call you later. Sound like he the real. Sound like he the real deal, dog.
I got a question.
Someone said, Dan said, hold on real quick. Dan said, rack up yards. Dan said, go look at the stats for that game. Him minus the touchdowns. Him and Jordan Travis were identical in stats.
No, Daniels, bro. I'm looking at a lot of quarterbacks. Daniels up there with Shadur. Shadur only got 100 more yards than Daniels, bro.
I'm telling you, people acting
Daniels
like
been on fire since that game.
They scored 24.
Well, that's what he's saying.
24 points. He rushed. He was the leading rusher with 64 yards. He went 22 for 37, 346, a touchdown and a pick. Jordan Travis just threw 4 more touchdowns, but the stats are identical. Matter of fact, he had 4 more yards than Jordan Daniels than Jordan Travis. Don't act like this man's chopped liver now. Like,
yeah,
Daniels like that. Their defense is just ass. That's what I'm saying. Like this,
I
this is not
gotta see
typical
him
LSU
again.
defense. That dude Harold Perkins was the number one linebacker in America a couple years ago. Supposed to be like that. Freshman All American.
They got him out of position. That's what all the LSU guys were saying. That they moved him to the middle and he's the edge. Some plays outside linebacker. Yeah, they got him out of position.
But since we're on the subject, I guess this kind of answers the question, or it helps us bring an answer to the question, right? If you're a coordinator at Miami, think about it. I want y'all to think. Don't put your fan glasses on, but think logically. If you're a coordinator at Miami and you're successful, what coordinator job is worth you leaving Miami? If the money is equal, what coordinator job is? And you can say this for the other teams, like clearly from Bama, Georgia, or even Clemson. What coordinator job would I leave for? Like if you're Miami, you're a coordinator. What's going to be worth you leaving leaving? You know what I'm saying? I really can't really see it. Maybe for Bama, or Georgia, but why would you leave Miami if you're a coordinator and you're doing well and the team is doing well?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Someone brought up Dawson. I don't see either of these guys leaving. I think Mario understood what he did when he brought both of these guys. I think that shit was calculated. I don't think they leaving. I give them at least 3 seasons. But I mean, looking at their history, yeah, they haven't. But it's like it's always been smaller schools, and they're trying to work up. And for a long time, they was hitting a glass ceiling because because of Gidry, he got a history, like something connected with his son. His son caught a body or something like that, like Bobby Schmurda.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It might be some other stuff involved with that, but yeah, I think he's in a position where I think there's a loyalty factor, and I think based on what he's doing here and how Mario, and it seems like I seem like it works. It just works for him. I think the kids love him. I know they do. I think he gets him. I think he's young enough. I think he's fired up enough, but he's at a point too where he's like, I don't gotta necessarily be screaming, doing all that rah rah. And then Dawson, man, when I watched that A&M game, and I'm watching them assistants and them analysts how they hugging this man and picking him up, and I was like, I don't know if you just walk away from that after a year. Like it's going to be a very good D1 Power 5 type job for them to both bail.
But
But I think that
maybe,
was also the turning point.
maybe
They
not
both
though.
Louisiana. Go ahead.
Maybe not though, because you got and Street. I want to hear your theory on this. I know you got a theory on this, but I say maybe not when you're talking about the whole D1 Power Five thing. I definitely say maybe not because it's your chance to run your own program. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a school like Marshall or whoever, you got a guy like Dawson. Like, well, shit, I can go over here and dominate this as a head coach, and then boom, that's gonna fast track me to somewhere else. It's kind of you could sit around as an OC and wait for that big D1 job. You can, you know what I'm saying. But sometimes the chance to operate and do your own thing, you know what I'm saying, you can't pass that up. But Street, your theory on coaching Miami, what you think about that?
My theory on him, him leaving Miami.
Oh, no, on somebody coming to poach Miami. Like we talk about, okay, well,
Um,
guys might not leave for this amount of time because of this and that reason. What's your thought process?
I think with Gilgy, man, it gets a little, like I told you, I think it gets a little deep, man. You got Coach Dennis Smith from New Orleans. I think him and Gilgy has some history, and a reason him being here, you know what I'm saying, is because of Coach Dennis Smith. I remember when he first got here, Coach Smith was just like, Street, in a year, you're going to be telling me this is one of the best things the Hurricanes ever did. And I think I told y'all that when he got hired. Uh, After hearing Cam talk about him, how he breaks everything down, they know the game plan. Years past, he really didn't, going out on the field, they really didn't know what the game plan was with Manny or with the guy last year. They don't have to watch as much film. Guthrie has it all broken down for him. Like he like he leave no stone unturned. You know what I'm saying? The way he talks to him, he can chew him out, get him up, get him down. He said a lot of coaches on the team like aren't good at that. Like they put you in the doghouse, you're in the doghouse. I think Miami's paying more money now. Years past, we just was crappy in the administration section. Like we wasn't paying, we wasn't a lot of stuff we weren't doing. You know what I'm saying? So Miami's a great place to live, paying their coaches, and they gave him a shot. The only thing I could think of if Mario is still working the dog out of people, that's the only thing I could think of. Or somebody want to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? If Mario's still over there cracking the whip, yeah, that's the only thing I could think of. If somebody would want to get out of here.
Man,
But what
I
about
say this
somebody
too.
coming after them?
Oh,
My
let's
bad,
not,
Rick, go ahead.
let's not do that yet, KB.
But check it out though. Check it out. Um, KB made sense when he said, "What if one of those guys just want to run their own thing?" That's right now between now and I say year 3. That's the only way you get one of them dudes to leave, in my opinion, is if they just deep down want to run their own thing. But other than that, it's just like a job, right? If you've been working at all these, you know, BFE companies, the past 10 years, and then you finally get your foot in the door with Google, are you going to stay at Google for 1 year and then be like, yeah, let me go try to get something else? No, because when you work at that type of caliber job, your track record, everybody looks at your tenure there, your track record, because they trying to see, like, he was at Google for 5 years. They didn't fire him. Now you have enough leverage with that Ivy League company, if you will, to then go jump over to IBM, to go jump over to Price Waterhouse, to go, you know what I'm saying? Go to one of them type of companies. So I think college football is the same way. It is one thing to go to LSU and work there for 1 year, right? And then get fired. Or, you say, oh, the writing is on the wall like a Gaddis did at Michigan. Let me just go somewhere else and try to pack up and salvage something. You could do that, but that's going to take you farther away from being a head coach than leading you closer there. But if you stay at a Michigan like a Gaddis, right, and you're with Harbaugh for 5 years, and you prove that you're an asset to a team like that for 5 seasons, now when that Utah job comes open, they're going to be looking at you. Now when Wisconsin comes open, they're going to be looking at you. But if you are somebody who was at Marshall, at Miami of Ohio, 1 or 2 seasons here, 1 or 2 seasons there, then you go to Miami and Tulane calls you and you're like, oh, I'm going to go to Tulane. That doesn't bode well for you being a head coach at the highest level, because even LSU going to be like, I don't know, you didn't have success at Miami, because that's how they look at it. I don't know if that analogy makes sense, but it's a very accurate analogy. So it's the same reason why you have a Lane Kiffin coaching for Ole Miss now. Lane Kiffin started at the top. He started at USC. He started at Tennessee. So when you start at programs like that, and you've already proved that you could steer that big of a ship, now you could hop around and do whatever the hell you want. But if you start at, you know, Willacoochee, Georgia State, you got to keep climbing. You got to put in your time before somebody hands you the keys to a Ferrari and tell you, "Hey man, go ahead and take it for a spin." Ain't gonna happen.
Um, what I was trying to get at, um, I was trying to get Streeter to talk on it. Um, I wanted to talk about, people basically strategically poaching Miami. We saw instances where we can pinpoint Saban doing it, and some other schools doing it, because we are the University of Miami. And that's a tough thing for people to swallow, for the University of Miami to be a good team again and be able to dominate recruiting like we used to. So that was kind of the question that I was trying to lean into. What fears do we have people poaching Miami early? Because we do, I think we all pretty much see it in a certain way, right? Get these guys 2 or 3 years, somebody's come call. That's how it usually works, right? But we saw under Randy Shannon, Randy Shannon had what, one, maybe two good OCs. Um, I forgot which one it was. They came and got him after that 1 year. That's how
Jet Fish.
Jacory ended up with. Was it
Jet,
Jed Fish?
Jet Fish.
Yeah, between
Yeah.
Fish
Yeah.
and Whipple, one of them. Man, you see somebody come and snatch him just like that.
Fisher was the one.
Different circumstances though. It was at that time. It was easy to, a coordinator in Miami. No, come be a coordinator for me. That was kind of a different time. This is something different. But for somebody to strategically go and try to say like, "Hey, Gildry, you know what I'm saying," or somebody offer him a head coaching job, I could see that happening.
Coordinators at Miami back then was getting paid with chicken fingers and beer. So it was easy for somebody to say, "Hey man, you want some money?" They were like, "Yeah,
Hmm.
man, I'll go ahead and take that." But
You got the
but
salary.
it's
You got to pay
different.
the rent.
It's it's different now, So
Oh
it
Lord.
is what it is.
Do you want to live in a house with more than 3 doors?
Hmm. But I can see somebody overpaying to get one of our coaches, bro. I really could see it, especially as a head coaching job. I can see it. I'm not wishing that on us, of course, but I don't know.
Our
I do
coordinators,
believe in that. I believe that people attack us, though. I really do. But that's just me.
our
So,
coordinators
so
was
Kai,
was, was showering in in the locker room back in the day.
they probably was. So Kai, you think that they're coming after Gidry and Dawson this offseason if they keep up this
Man,
level of success?
what somebody's gonna definitely, if they keep this up, somebody's definitely gonna make an inquiry. I believe so. Street,
I
you
think
think I'm wrong or?
I think Mario believes in letting them spread their wings and flying, but I hope that don't happen. But go ahead, Street.
I don't know. I think we always looked at it like that. I think the Alabama thing with the defensive coordinator, I think that had to do more with relationships between him and Saban. Um,
No, not that. I'm talking about when they came in. We got our strength and conditioning coach back in the day, and it was like one or two more coaches he came in post for. Not
Yeah,
still. He can
Quizzy.
have still.
they got
Yeah,
out
he
well.
has still.
Georgia took the wide receiver coach as soon as he got here.
Mhm.
Unless that was just, but I think it's sometimes. You think 1 year they proved enough?
At P5 D1 first time? No.
It's not about if it's Aiken to Medi trying to figure out how the heck is Riley Leonard the fifth, guy.
Hmm.
Um, Front offices, for lack of better description for colleges, front offices are not that bright all the time, and they see things and they're ready to jump on the first thing that's look like it may be up and coming. The first thing that
Yeah.
maybe look up, exciting. You know what I'm saying? Even give you an example, Manny Diaz after 2017 and everything, and even following, got a head coaching job at Temple. If Temple or something like that steps to Guidry or steps to Dawson for a head coaching gig, you can't blame them for leaving. If they feel that Temple's going to give them what they need to be successful, I get to be a head coach. They're going to be behind the program. I know this isn't, me going to be the head coach at LSU, but Temple ain't. That's not a bad gig for me. Temple or Syracuse or Rutgers or you know what I'm saying, something like that. So I can see it because front offices just they jump at that's what's new, that's what's exciting. Look what Deion Sanders did in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? They look at somebody's gonna be looking for that too. Sports is such a copycat league at every level, so somebody's gonna be looking for the next hot thing. So I think somebody pokes their head in, maybe not anybody big, but somebody's gonna poke their head in at one of these guys. So.
Hey, shout out to the fighting Ukuleles. They up 21-0 on number 10 Utah.
Oogie Badoogie. That's my new Medi. Oogie Badoogie.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
we're
I don't get that feel from either one of those guys. I don't know. I don't get head coach right now from either one of those guys. I understand what you're saying, especially if Miami do something magical. Like Miami do something magical, then it's all bets off. That shit there is just like a given. The team who makes the run and they just take the coordinators just to take them. No, I don't know what that shit there be about, but
All the time. Didn't we do that show already, Street?
what?
Remember we was talking about the enemy, and usually when you're the OC or the
Yeah.
DC from a Super Bowl team, they come in to get you. They came and got Philly OC and DC.
And they
So
lost the
we
game.
do.
Right.
They're right.
And
They're right,
being
and they lost the
there like
game.
being sitting there like, yeah, give them call praise.
Yeah.
And look, what's crazy is look at what he's doing in Washington. He took a kid that was like basically going to be out of the league or be a journeyman, and he's playing decent football at quarterback.
Yeah.
bad example. Bad example.
So if we get it, look, check it. If we let's I'm not trying to get ahead of ourselves, right? But let's say we continue out the season like this. We either get one loss or no losses, whatever. We make the playoffs. We ain't even got to go to the bowl game, but we make the playoffs. Y'all don't have a fear of somebody coming to poach our coordinators jobs?
I think it's almost expected. I just hope it doesn't happen. I hope they just overlook everything Miami doing and be like, but yeah, if we make it to make an ACC championship and a New Year's Six bowl, yeah, I'm one of them motherfuckers is leaving. Like, I'm not mad, but then it's like, God damn, we got to do this all over again. Like, and I feel like it's like, God damn, we can't have shit nice. And it's been so long. Like we usually got one or the other: peanut butter, no jelly, cereal, no milk.
Ham, no burger.
Right, so it's just gonna be annoying having to do that over again because we knew, Mario said that Tyler was a part of the search for Shannon Dawson, and then like I said, that having that Louisiana spice between the both of them, I think is a part of what makes that dynamic even better, and then them challenging each other to get better as coordinators and practice every day, I think is huge. With the best talent they've ever had as coaches, I think that's huge. And so, yeah, if this is a 10-win team, yeah, I don't think one of them is leaving. I don't know who, but one of them is leaving. With that being said, like let's say it's Guidry. Maybe a die picked up enough to kind of fill that void, but I'd be okay with that. But I think I want to see a little bit more from him on the DC side, maybe at a lower level before I hand him the reins, because Manny got me shell shocked. So.
So we got any other good games tomorrow, man? Yeah. Go ahead, Kyle. You got something?
No, I would say if one of them leaves, I would put my money on Dawson, just to clean the record. And OCs just usually move faster. That's all. They usually get the green light before anybody. So.
Either one of them wins a Brewers, it's over with. They're gone. But that'll be a curse they take somewhere else.
So were you saying that about the early game, Street?
Yeah, any good early games before we get up out of here, man. But that Kansas game is both of them undefeated, man.
Mm-hmm. I said that. And I think Kansas beat Texas last year. But that Texas team didn't have Ewers. Ewers was out.
Yeah.
Who's the head coach? Who's the head coach at Kansas?
I was looking for it. I couldn't find it.
Who's the head coach? Rich, you know who the head coach is at Kansas?
Lance Leopold.
Okay. There you go.
Lance Leopold.
Who the fuck is that?
It's his second year.
Yeah, Kansas undefeated. Who Kansas got tomorrow?
Texas.
Y'all saw that Kansas hit last week?
No.
Mm-mm.
What's it? Here you go.
On the jet seat, what a hit! Oh, without an incident. I'll take a little more than that, Q. On the jet seat.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
was that targeting?
The jet seat, what a hit! Oh, he brought some smoke!
He brought some smoke! He brought some smoke!
Wow.
He saw it coming all the way. He saw wide receiver Parker Kingston, who has been a big playmaker for BYU.
That same BYU team is
watch where he puts his shoulder.
Is in a dogfight with Cincinnati.
That's as good
yes,
as
they
it
are.
gets.
Yeah. They was 3-0.
Best view right there.
And
watch best view right there.
Boom! That's as
brought some smoke
as it gets.
They say
Parker Kingston, who has been a big playmaker for BYU on the wide receiver reverse, and watch where he puts his shoulder. Boom! That's as good as it gets.
So Kansas undefeated. Texas by 14.
Yeah.
What's the line?
By 14?
What's the line?
Let's see. Is that a primetime game? Like early in the
I was going to ask you that. I want to watch just to see Cedric Baxter play. I haven't watched him all year.
He brought some smoke.
Let's see.
Brought more than smoke. Good God.
He thumped that boy.
I'm surprised he can get kicked out the game for hitting that hard. They don't allow that no more.
He in with his shoulder.
Texas is 16.
They don't care, Street.
I know. I don't think they got the rules figured out
Texas
completely.
is a 16-point favorite, over under 61 points.
3:30 game.
Yep.
3:30.
Yeah. 3:30.
Might check that out. Just to see
USC,
Baxter play.
Colorado, 12 o'clock.
I'm not gonna watch that game.
And Dion said, "You don't let nobody come in your house and kick you."
I'm not gonna lie. Caleb Williams looked shaky last week, but I think
And
that
Vegas
was
say 21 and a half.
I think that was just
ready yet, bro.
that's him looking ahead. I ain't gonna lie.
They don't have the defense.
Maybe I'm tripping, but Deion Sanders Jr. and Deion seem a little quiet this week. I ain't hearing no it's personal and no shade commercials, and
I just told you what he said. That's what he said in this little pep talk. He said, "You don't let nobody come in. We ain't getting out behind. We'll get out behind their home." That's what he said.
Okay. We'll see.
Okay.
What was his response to Kamani?
Oh, you didn't see it?
Kamani didn't really say nothing.
He basically
What was his response to what Kamani said on Instagram?
He basically said, "Look, he's like, if it's one guy and 119 guys doing something the right way, and you're the only one, it ain't the 119 guys, it's you. So figure it out."
Kamani better set his ass up.
Yeah, somebody was telling me, but somebody tends to embellish this a little bit. He said something about Dion was basically saying something about. Basically, he said something. He had a come get your jit moment. I was like, I don't know, I didn't see that. I didn't.
Really?
Real quick, one time around before we get up out of here, I'm gonna start down here. Rich, Kamani, hop in the portal. We take him back.
Not, I say no, but not because he's not talented. It's because there are other talented players we're going after, and he's the type of guy that we're recruiting year in and year out now. So I say no because if he gets on campus, he's still not going to play here for at least 2 years.
Street. We take him back.
Number one cornerback in the nation goes to Colorado, plays for the greatest cornerback ever to lay shoes on. He goes out there, get Gilly the kid to commit. If you can't succeed in that situation over there, bro, something's not right. It's Colorado, bro. What should be happening is he should be playing both ways like Travis Hunter. That's probably what should, because they don't have any depth. That's what should be happening. So if he couldn't get it right there, I'm going out on a limb and say he has to mature really fast, dog. He has to mature really fast, bro. It's gonna be back in Lakeland looking at state championship games and shit, and not his, like 26 and 27. And you there? Remember that Kamani boy? That boy used to be good as shit, boy. That's what it's gonna be, dog. He has to mature really fast.
God, what you got?
I'm from all the shit that I know. I'm gonna say no. Not if whether I want him or not is irrelevant. I don't even have an answer for that. But I don't think the staff, unless Mario still feels the same way about the young man, I don't think nobody else does. So I'm gonna say I don't think they'll take him back. What I want him, if they took him back, I'd be okay with it because that means they sat down and had a conversation with him and they feel like he's gonna mature and get his head on straight. So I wouldn't have a problem with it in that fashion. Don't see that happening.
Yeah. Here's my thing, though. You went already, Matty? You already said what you had to say?
I ain't say it yet, but I would say if he had an opportunity on some last chance you shit, go to the fucking sticks and grind it out and definitely work on your grades and get your shit up. And then if that happens and you show actual signs of maturity, yeah, absolutely. But I think that's the only route for me personally. Like I would have to actually see you legitimately like go through that motion, go through that grind. And then I'd be like, yeah, bring him back. But if that's not the case, then absolutely not.
Yeah, dog. Like, what happens to our live chat, dog?
I don't
know. He keeps doing that.
Huh?
Had the chat been on this whole time?
It was
on. I keep having to go out and come back in on my TV.
Let me see. Is people commenting?
I don't even see the
chat. The chat is gone. The chat is gone.
It's gone.
We get
Yeah.
you had the power to turn that off because I didn't do it.
We probably
Yeah, you can turn it off. Yeah, you can turn it off and on.
let me see if it's off somewhere. Let's see.
We
Read the
apologize.
comments.
We thought y'all just didn't want to talk to us.
Right.
Let me see.
We gotta get up out of here anyway. Before we get up out of here, Brandon took to ask this question. I highlighted because I want to come back to it. We talking about Shannon and what he's doing with the offense. If that offense is what we're doing, we're talking about Shannon's probably out the door. Do we lose our 3 starting wide receivers after this year? I'll start with you.
I'm gonna say no. You may lose one, and that may be Kobe, because the other 2 are not first rounders. Kobe being 6'5" makes him a potential first rounder. So I'm gonna say no. Unless these guys looking for 3rd round money, I'm gonna say no.
What about you, Rich?
I think Restrepo is making a case to leave this year. The position he plays, slot wide receiver, the only way that you're going to be a first or second round draft pick is if you have 1,400 yards and 20 touchdowns. Not saying that he can't do that. What I am saying is, if I had to be realistic about it, for his position, if he has 600 to 700 yards, he will be a draft pick, and he will have he'll have a long-term career in the league. So with 600 to 700, he's leaving, because I don't see how you turn that down. And then Kobe, just like KB said, he has that size. I could see him leaving as well. The only one that I would say should hang back probably is Jacoby George, because the position that he plays in terms of what he does at receiver, his skill set, you have a lot of guys that play that particular skill set at receiver, and usually those are your like most talented receivers. It's the Odell Beckhams of the world, Jamar Chases of the world. So you got to really be that dude in the NFL to play that position. So I'll say come on back another year, and try to light it up and get as close to 1,000 yards as you possibly can.
I was going to disagree with you, Rich, until I just looked up Tavon Austin, and I was like, 1,289 yards at the right height of 5'8" in his last year. Under who?
Dawson.
And who was Pat White's go-to? Tavon Austin. So that means Tyler's gonna have to go crazy and throw for damn near 5,000. And yeah, Restrepo gonna have to get the bulk share of that. But with them running the ball as well as they are, I don't know if that's necessarily gonna happen. But yeah, I think if he does have 1,000-yard season, I would say maybe 1,100 plus, and a whole lot of touchdowns. Yeah, that could be a reality.
But you got to have Tavon Austin Jets though for that to work. Like I don't see it. Yeah, you got to have that Tavon Austin speed for that to happen.
Right.
Is just speed, not even production? Like if he just gets that just out the mud.
It's not gonna overtake when you talking about the draft. That's not your production is a lot of times your production is not gonna overtake your measurables. That's just the way it is. For right or wrong, good or bad. Like let Rambo be
Especially
a lesson to everybody.
Slot receiver, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Let
you're
Rambo
right.
be a lesson, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The Angry Ape got a question.
Why do y'all think a coordinator would leave because of success? Neither of them have been offered head coaching jobs or high-profile jobs so far throughout their careers.
Which one of them?
In, so.
Right. Well, which one of them has had a? What'd you say, man?
The comments back on. It look like they're coming back in now.
I turned them back on. I see where they was off at.
My
Tell me after the show.
my thing is like which you saying neither of them have been offered head coaching jobs or higher profile jobs. Which one has been in position to? I mean, Dawson was at over in Virginia, but all right, you know what I'm saying? Guidry ain't had no opportunity to be, Guidry got a lot of stuff in his, I ain't gonna say a lot, but Guidry has a past that's been holding him down. So neither one of them have been, you hear them both saying, I've never coached this much talent before. You know what I mean? So now it's a different ball game. Let's put it like this, people are gonna be looking at them different now. People are gonna have more eyes on them, people are gonna pay way more attention to them now, doing this at the University of Miami versus, the places that they've come from.
I think they will only leave because like I said, the right job came calling, and we know Mario's he's not opposed to it. In fact, that's how he prefers to lose coaches to attrition rather than firing them. And even if they don't perform, we've heard the rumblings that he didn't go out and straight up fire Josh Gaddis. He was trying to find him another spot to land back on his feet. So I think, as annoyed I would be to lose them both after one season. I really hope I don't, because I'm already anticipating losing a guy to a DC job. But it feels like we have a fix in the works if that experiment is working out down the street. If you know what I mean. But at this point, to have staff member 2 and then be looking at for some guys a third or fourth coordinator, depending on how long they've been here. I don't know if that's ideal necessarily, but I get it, right? Success breeds more success. So if you are successful, people are gonna want you. So.
Mm-hmm. Street, you think we lose our 3 receivers?
You muted, Street.
Jacoby Restrepo and George?
Mm-hmm.
I think no, man. I think they gotta come back. I think Restrepo could get out of here, man, but I think Kobe done show some weakness, dropping balls, fumbling balls. He has some moments of, and I think George could do it one more time. George just started believing in himself. George didn't think the light was gonna click on for him.
That's a perfect caveat too, because what I asked in the agenda, and we gonna finish off with that. I said predict the season and stats for TVD, Restrepo, Young, George, LT, the running backs, and Bain.
Good Lord.
Ain't no whole team like that, you know what I'm saying? But
Good Lord, that's a lot of thinking. Too late. Thinking, do what?
I would just do offense then. TVD, Restrepo, Young, George, and the running backs.
Predict their season in and stats?
Yeah. We're a quarter of the way through a third of the way through the season. I gotta get myself here soon. Third of the way. What do you think TV is gonna do or finish the year with at the pace he's currently on?
Is he close to my 220 that I said?
Again, no.
Is he close where he at?
I think they're so
already.
Yeah, I think they're so consistent that. Oh, actually, let me see. Threw for 1,042, so about 4. So like a little over 300 a game, give or take.
300 a game.
A little bit more than that. A little bit less than that.
He threw for 4. Who he threw for 400 against?
It would have had to be in Texas A&M, but I don't think it was that much. Oh, that was what time? Yeah,
374 against Texas A&M.
Yeah, he's averaging 260.5 a game. So
how much?
260. Yeah.
No.
So he was 40 yards off.
Now we're getting the ACC play. I think he's gonna be around 240, dog, 230.
How much?
Unless he finna eat. You think he's finna get better versus ACC teams?
I do.
I think it
I think
depends.
we're gonna need. I think we're gonna need him more. We're gonna have tighter games, and so we're gonna be throwing the ball a little bit more. I personally think.
Yeah, because his best
So
game
I
was against
think
Texas A&M, huh? Yeah.
I think he's starting to get that 300 clip. Just my opinion.
Yeah, you might be right. So what you trying to do, man? You trying to see where he gonna end? What TVD gonna end with?
Yeah.
What Parrish or Henry Parrish gonna end with?
TVD first.
He got 1,000 already. 32. It looked like Restrepo going for 1,000 yards receiving, dog.
KB, how many you think TVD going for?
I'm gonna go with 35. I'm gonna go with 3,500.
Yeah. What you think, Street?
I don't know, bro. You giving me a chance to do this again. Dawson got this thing rolling, boy. I don't know. TVD gonna be somewhere up there, dog. At 38, 39, dog.
I caught 38 to be on the low side.
After looking at that 374 versus Texas A&M, yeah, man, I think he may be having some. He may have some huge games versus the ACC teams.
He got 1,000 through 4. So at this pace, if he stayed at the same pace, he gonna be at 3,000 and some change. I'll put him at 3K even. And that's probably on the low side, if I'm being honest. I'm just being cautiously optimistic. We ain't gonna go through all the running backs because obviously Henry's the main back, but
and it's too many of them. Like, dang, what happened to AJ Allen?
Too many carries.
XA,
yeah.
He had a bowel movement.
A virus.
He probably had several bowel movements, but yeah, he had a virus.
He had a virus. Yeah, he got suspended. He got suspended. Ain't going for that shit.
You know that? We just assuming.
I'm just saying, like, niggas just show up out of the blue, just missing like that. Like, nah, a running back with a virus? Nah, running back. You finna get hit by linebackers. You finna let the flu keep your hell. Nah, you don't even tell nobody you got that shit. Unless he had COVID. And they not testing for COVID no more. Nah,
I don't know. They might be. They might be though. But you know, COVID back on the rise. So y'all be careful out there, man.
Henry Parrish has a steady 150 yard yards ahead of everybody else. No, he's 150 yards ahead of the next person, which is Don Chaney.
Well, what is he averaging? What is he averaging in the game?
7.9.
No, a game.
Oh, it would be through whatever he got through 4 games. So through
like 88, 75 yards, 88?
Yeah, 31.
I'm good at that, boy. Like 80 yards.
Divided by.
I guess does he hit 1,000? Let's look at it like that. Do you think our lead back hits 1,000 or 1,200?
80 yards a game.
I think we should. I think we got too many backs, dog.
That's what I think.
He had a little.
Yeah, he did. He hit that shoulder.
Nah, but I think
that's why you have all those backs.
I know they keep giving Chris Johnson carries, boy. That thing might get ugly, boy.
The only person close to Henry, guess what running back is close to Henry Parrish in average yards of carry?
Donald, we thought it was over JD.
Nope.
Who?
He said the average.
Oh, Chris Johnson.
Average. Donald. Oh,
Chris Johnson.
Vanilla Vic himself, man. Vanilla Vic.
Man, you gotta be
Tyler Van Dyke. Tyler got 7.7. Tyler Van Dyke with a 7.7.
7.2 yards a carry.
Crazy legs.
Man, Tyler got written down by Shamar.
It was just the angle. That's all. He won't get my dog in 100 though. Just the angle. I ain't even worried about it.
Y'all saw Tyler get out of there. Wasn't nobody looking for Tyler to run the
The
ball.
camera was like,
Yeah, that shit was like hide and go seek or something. Like you went 1,
the
2. I see you running over there. 3, 4, 5. Come out, wherever. And Tyler just run.
what I can appreciate though is balance, man. And I mean, obviously, Henry gets more carries. He got 15 more carries than the next guy, but you see the backup backs all have Don Chaney 27, AJ Allen 26, Mark Fletcher 24. And it's like 183, 137, 133. So it's definitely going to be a situation where at least those backup guys, barring any injury, are going to get a good opportunity to get that rotation and give. And like I said, like we've said all year, they each bring something different. Don Chain's another bruiser. Mark Fletcher's another bruiser. Henry Parrish, AJ Allen more in that scat back type build, a little bit more shifty. And then once again, Vanilla Vic, man, pulling it, you know what I'm saying, and getting out of that thing. So
Vanilla Vic. That's a crazy name. Vanilla Vic. That is a crazy name. Dog.
Someone said that in the group chat. I can't remember who said that. I said relax. But nah, man, number 2 in the team and average rush is pretty average yards per rush, man.
Yeah, want to do a wide receiver? Well, dog, the funniest thing I saw in the chat this week was dudes talking about the bye weeks. Talking about he used to cry on bye weeks because we didn't know who was playing, so you just got to wake up Saturday morning to see if your team playing.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he be scrolling to the channels crying. Man, I know we got a game, man. What channel we on?
Shout out to Alex, man. Shout out to Alex, man. I got Henry Parrish getting 800. If I'm being honest with you, I saw the 800 to 900. I think that room, like y'all said, is way too deep to have 1,000-yard back. I think we're gonna have over 2,000, 2,500 yards on the ground collectively, but I think we do a good job sharing the ball around. So I got 800 for them.
Yeah, I got us as a group being, whatever the top level is, total yards rushing. I think the group will hit that, whatever that mark is. But as individuals, yeah, I think we max out at 800 or 900. Whoever's the leading rusher.
Rich.
If you're getting close to 80 yards a game, and you're playing a 12 to 13 game season, then I mean you're gonna hit 1,000 yards, right? Just based on the math. If
How many
we
games
don't
is
hit
it?
12.
Okay, you're right, Rich.
But if we don't hit 1,000 yards, I'll be okay with it because number one, all of our backs will be fresh, and we got for the most part we got smaller backs, and you almost want to challenge the backs to really, really seize the moment when they get in the game. Like, yo, you're gonna get 8 carries. Like, you could go 3 yards in the cloud of dust if you want to, or you can go ahead and you know use some vision and take that thing for 25 yards every single time you carry it. That's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
One method is going to get you to the league. Another one is going to get you here again, competing against freshmen. It's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not mad at it if we don't hit 1,000. I really want to see that. I want to see all the skill position guys on the team really maximize their position. Like the way that our O-line is built, the way that we're throwing the ball, hell, we should have a running back average at like 9.5 yards a carry. One of our backs should be around there. Because that's when you get guys in the league.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Street?
No, I don't. He's averaging what about 80 a game right now. I think it goes down, bro. I think I just think we got too many backs. I think Donald Chaney emerges a little bit. Watching Henry Parrish take those hits like from the field, like we're on the sideline, like a lot of things y'all don't see on TV. Like sometimes we would see him score a touchdown and take a hit, bro, and throw up woozy. He's a small guy, man. He takes a beating because he runs so hard. So no, I think Don Chaney emerges a little more, and they become the carries just become just spared a little bit. So I don't know. I think he lands somewhere around 800, 900, something like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at it.
All right, and we're gonna get about it on this one, man. Wide receivers, man. And matter of fact, I'm just gonna stay on Restrepo because he's a go-to. I gotta go to sleep. But Restrepo, what are we looking at him for ending the season on?
That boy on fire, boy. That boy putting Johnny Wilson in the locker, boy. That boy on fire.
Right
He
now,
got 338 targets.
He has 355 yards and 24 receptions, averaging 14.8 yards a catch.
I mean, if he get the 700, 750, he out of there. He going to the league. I like it.
I think 750 and he's gone.
Yeah.
What's the record? What the record Rambo broke?
He got 1,000 plus.
I
think what Rich's point is his draft stock is not going to go up or down whether he stays or goes. I think he is what he is. I think that's what Rich is trying to say. So if he maximizes his production, another productive year ain't going to really help him. You know what I'm saying? He is what he is. I think so. That's what Rich is saying. You know, if you do like you productive, you're going to have 80 catches, 700 yards. Yeah, you might well go. If you get drafted in the third or fourth, you know.
That's where you're gonna be. That's just like a running back that's 5'7", 195 pounds, and you have a 1,500-yard season your junior year, and your coach like, "Hey man, I think you should come back." You probably hit 2,000. It don't matter. He's still 5'7", 195.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I understand that point, but I think I don't know. With Restrepo, maybe it's not all about draft. Maybe he stays for the glory. You know what I'm saying? You win the championship. Now that does help a little bit. If you can come in and win a championship, that might help a little bit. He's a proven winner. You know how they like to say all that bullshit, especially when it comes to them little slot guys. Proven winners, gonna get the job done. Yeah. Maybe.
You know Brown said, what round Restrepo going?
And I give you 5th round, something like that.
Yeah, I think that. We think gonna run the 40. That's gonna be the shit.
Oof. Yeah.
That's gonna Barrios running the 40. What did Barrios?
Barrios is a fast guy. That's a different story. Barrios is faster than Restrepo.
I don't think he got an invite to the combine.
Oh,
he didn't have the measurables.
That's the way to get out.
I don't know. Barrios is a fast guy though. That's why he got to the league. He was still on returns. See him with the dot. Like, yeah, Restrepo don't have Barrios speed. It may be a 1 second difference or 1.5 second difference, but the thing about Restrepo is the type of guy he is. He works, and you know what they do with those combines. Those guys work at getting those numbers. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's gonna work his way to probably a better 40 time than what people may think. You know what I'm saying? So if he can get into the high 4.4s or whatever, it'd be all right.
I don't think he getting there. I think if Restrepo could be a 4.6 guy, he'll be straight.
Oh no, Rich, no, that's too much. That's bad. It's got to be a 4.5.
I don't think he's gonna get invited. You think he'll get invited? I don't think he's gonna get invited. Then he'll run faster at the pro.
Look at Barrios.
What was it?
Nothing.
He didn't go to the pro combine, did he?
He did 11 reps on the bench press. If he did show up.
That's it.
I think wasn't he hurt or something? Or he had like a surgery or something?
I don't know. What?
Strepper gonna run that 4.6, 4.5 at pro day, dog. He gonna get that. He gonna run that pro day clock.
5'9", 184, round 6.
Pick
36.
Restrepo better run the 4.5. That 4.6 ain't gonna help him. He's too small for that 4.6. He got to be a 4.5.
Listen, man, before we get out of here, I'm going on the record. I don't care what he runs. I'm going on the record.
Me neither. I don't.
He gets on somebody's team. He gets on somebody's roster, KB. he gonna find a way out on the field, and he gonna catch balls and be productive.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Do not disagree at all.
Yeah, I done seen enough, dog. I don't care if he run a 4.8. If he find his way on somebody's football field, he gonna start saying Xavier Restrepo is the strongest player. They say he don't even leave the complex. He just sleep in the locker room and wake up.
Yeah,
and then he gonna find his way on the field, and then he gonna make plays. That's just, I've seen it on every level. I'm not betting against him. I never will. Never will. So he could go out there and run a 5 flat. Let somebody put him on the practice squad. And watch what happens.
I don't care what you say. He ain't getting on nobody practice squad with no damn 5 flat as a receiver. They got offensive linemen and defensive line running faster than him.
Let Xavier Restrepo in their facility, and he gonna find himself to the field.
I agree, 100%.
Just a football 100%. Player, dog. He's just a football player. Period. Ain't no other way to explain him.
You know what they're gonna say? How did everyone miss this guy? How did nobody get this guy?
Right.
Y'all pick up pieces of paper. And look at measurables and shit. That's why.
That's why, dog.
He's not even 5'10". That's why you missed him.
I went out on a limb. Y'all can record it. Y'all can screenshot it. Y'all can do what you want to do. Save it in your iCloud or your whatever you got. If Xavier Restrepo finds himself on somebody's team, he gonna find himself on away to the field, and he gonna be successful.
On that note, we're gonna get up out of here, man. And I think they said they came back. They only lost by what? A touchdown? What game you went to, Street?
Huh?
What game you went to?
Hey, no, boy, them boy got mud stumped, 48-7. American Heritage just—that's a rivalry game.
I thought you were that Chaminade.
Update: Xavier Henderson, 4 receptions for 51 yards. We were just talking about him, right?
Oh, his older brother.
And D. Wiggins. But you know who does? Remember Shaman Mateo? We had committed to Miami, tight end, linebacker, whatever he was.
He at Cincinnati, right?
I talked to him I just brought a shirt from him. I brought his NIL shirt. 2 catches, 36 yards. Yeah, averaging 18 yards a catch and a touchdown. He's been
that's
doing
per
all right.
game.
No,
per
tonight he got 2 catches, 36 yards and a touchdown. I'm about to go watch him play, dog. From North Miami.
Yeah, man.
Oh, from Cincinnati?
Yeah, he was committed to Miami for a while, remember?
BYU just scored in their ass again. So, yeah, 21-10.
That's what that boy got.
Go watch Mr. Uba Gadubi play.
Yeah, what about Uga Badugi? Did they lose or what?
No, it's still 21-7.
They up 21-7.
Okay.
It's
3 minutes in the fourth.
Yeah, so that's over.
You try to lay down.
It's because they're gonna say it's because they got that starting quarterback, Cam Rising. They back up went 8 for 23 for 101 yards. Hate to see it.
All right, man. Let's get up out of here, man. We got USC Colorado in the morning, man. If you think Colorado gonna cover that 12, put a thumbs up in the comment section, dog. Put a thumbs up. If you think Colorado gonna cover that 21.5, I mean. Because I sure lost my money last week. But I was like, we got 21, dog. We got 21. That thing's going up 14, 21, 28. First half, 35. Jesus Christ. We ain't going to do nothing. Should do a sack. Oh, shit. 49. They home tomorrow, dog.
We'll see what the young got.
He might come out with the locks wilding out. Come on now. You can cover that 21.
You see why Wayne there? Wayne over there because he just dropped that mixtape.
Who? Wayne?
Yeah, he dropped the mixtape
Oregon
today.
Oh, shout out, boy. Rick Ross and Meek Mill got some fire shit out there too.
Yeah,
Some new
Shaq and
stuff.
Kobe. Yeah.
Yeah. They're over Rick Ross. Hey, Oregon better than USC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Defensively, yes.
Okay.
Mm.
Because I was
Couldn't
wondering
tell
why I
you.
was still at 21.
We'll find this week because USC beat Stanford 56-10. I think Oregon got Stanford this weekend.
Okay.
I know transitive properties don't work in college football, but
It sure don't
Mhm.
at all. But let's get up out of here, man.
Right, everybody.
Hey, appreciate y'all being here, man. Shout out to the 105. Please make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe. We about this thing, man.
Mm-hmm.